These are the best blogging niches of 2026. If you watched my previous video, I mentioned that blogging is not dead, but it is transforming drastically. So the niche that you choose really matters when it comes to your success if you are starting a blog in 2026. So here are some things to keep in mind when choosing a niche. Here are your threats. One is AI search dominance. So ChatGPT and Gemini are changing how people find information. So expect less clicks from Google, or expect not just having Google clicks to be your only goal when you're trying to grow a blog in 2026. Trust and expertise really matters. So Google's EEAT standards are stricter than ever. So that means your expert, your experience, your authoritativeness, and your trustworthiness needs to be as high as possible, because knowledge is now everywhere. When you think about it, it's on Google, it's on ChatGPT, it can get information. So you need to be an expert and trustworthy within your niche. And the third point is that your goal shouldn't just be to build a big blog with a lot of clicks and a lot of traffic. You need to focus on owning your audience as soon as possible in order to make the most money, have the most control, and have less instability in your blogging website. Here's the methodology of how we found these niches. So we found them by traffic potential, by the CPC, so cost per click, and the revenue per mile. AI resistance score. So does this niche require human experience, credentials, or lived experience? So essentially, is it less likely that humans want to click on a niche or read content about the specific topic compared to going over to ChatGPT? Competition level and monetization diversity. Competition level and monetization diversity, which is essentially telling us how can we make money from these niches. So here are some of the highest paying niches of 2026 and beyond. Number one, we have insurance. So insurance can be business, auto, life, health, and home. And we search up insurance for United States. We can see that, of course, it's going to be very hard to go after, those target keywords. But if we head over to matching terms, we can see that there's over 2 million keywords. Let's go ahead and we're going to put our keyword difficulty to, let's just go to 2. Let's just apply that. We can see that we still have over 200,000 keywords in which we can go for. Now, what I also like to do is I like to add another filter, and I want to go for those longer tail keywords. I want to go for keywords that are more than 4 words or higher, right? So I just went ahead and updated our keyword difficulty to ensure that we're only getting keywords that are up to 2 difficulty, and we already have 100,000 keywords, and there's so many different keywords in which you can go after. What is hazard insurance? Single premium term insurance, what happens, blah blah blah, right? These are really great longer tail keywords in which you can go after, and you don't necessarily need to have a license to write on this content, because this is just informational content, and then you can be a bridge between a person searching information, and then you can make affiliate from having different partnerships with actual insurance companies. So this is a great niche in which you can get into. Again, 100,000 keywords, over 100,000 keywords that are long tail keywords. So these are things that people will actively be searching on Google, and these are the keywords that will show up on ChatGPT. So if you go ahead and take a look at the SERP overview for some of these pages, so this is about one-day bike insurance coverage, we can see again that we have a Facebook group that's ranking. So I'm sure you can actually go ahead and you can outrank that Facebook group and be able to get on the first page of the SERP. And when it comes to growing your website, all you really need is 1 or 2 articles to do really well to start bringing you in some traffic and to start making some money. So again, we have another keyword here. And if you go through, we can see that this one is a little bit more difficult to rank for, but again, you can definitely go ahead and get started. This is a 0 keyword difficulty, and you can see the growth forecast for this keyword is pretty high. So you have hundreds of thousands of keywords in which you can go after in the insurance niche. So we can see the market data. So insurance alone generates 1 million monthly searches. The cost per click is very high. It's a multi-trillion-dollar industry. AI resistance score is high because when someone's looking for insurance, they're not necessarily they may start their first set of research on ChatGPT, but they're not going to make a buying decision based upon AI because, again, they don't trust it as much. Some people will, but most people will want to actually speak to an individual or trust a site that is well branded over just AI content. And here are some programs in which you can join: Policy Genius, Progressive, The Zebra, Lemonade Insurance. These are all affiliate programs in which you can join. The second highly recommended niche is within the legal services. Now, I do recommend that you have the proper credentials or you partner with someone who is actually a lawyer if you're writing about things specific to law. But that's a really, really good niche in which you can get into if you have the right credentials. Number 3 is finance and personal finance, aka loans, mortgages, and credit cards. This is a really, really good niche to get into. Again, if you do the keyword visit or the keyword research, you can see that personal finance, credit card recommendations, things of, even when it comes to investing, these are things that people are searching up, and there's a high monetization strategy within these niches. You can have a website specifically about credit cards for travelers, for students, for bad credit rebuilders. You can have a fire movement, so financial independence and retire early, debt paid off strategy, side hustle finance, retirement planning for millennials. So you can see that this is retirement planning for millennials. So this is the stuff that is very, very useful for a user and information that will actually lead to a sale, because someone may get a credit card or someone may want to buy a course or a tool based upon improving their credit or improving their finances. So I really, really recommend this niche. This is good because it will help you to improve your financial intelligence while you're actually growing out your website. So some programs in which you can join: Credit Karma, Personal Capital, Robinhood, M1 Finance, and Nerd Wallet affiliates. So these are all affiliates in which you can join. Number 4 is going to be online banking and fintech. This is obviously a huge niche. It's definitely a little bit more difficult. So I would recommend that you be a seasoned online blogger if you want to go after a niche like this, because you'll be competing with some of the biggest banks in the world. Number 5 is real estate and property investment. Even though real estate is very, very competitive, there's different ways in which you can approach this niche within your local area to be able to grow a website. You can do general content about is now a good time to buy, market updates, and so on. You can create local market guides using AI. You can scrape all of the properties that are on sale, and you can create, let's say, a monthly newsletter of all the properties on sale within a specific area. You can create investment calculators based upon your specific area, based upon your data. So you can use AI to really build something specific for your local area in order to build a website within the real estate niche. So I would definitely recommend focusing locally, and this has to be something that you have interest with, and then you can partner with a real estate agent or a real estate brokerage to then give them deals, and this will make you a lot of money because one lead is worth a lot. And you can also do that for mortgages as well. So tier 2, we have cryptocurrency and blockchain. We all know about cryptocurrency. I would say it's a little bit harder to rank cryptocurrency, so be wary about that. Then we have web hosting and cloud services. This is a good niche, but probably a couple of years ago. I would say now that there's so many websites that promote domain register and hosting that it would be very, very competitive to go after. Number 8 is digital marketing and SEO. I really like this niche. I would say that you would combine this niche or make this a little bit more relevant for today's day and age by adding AI, digital marketing, and AI SEO. So you can provide tutorials on how to use different AI tools, how to use different AI strategies for local businesses or for online businesses to help growth. So AI tools or AI strategies to get more customers, to write better copy, or to create content. And I think that type of content will do really, really well. Some of it is going to be very, very brand new, because when you think about it, like generic digital marketing topics are already going to be dominated by the big players. But if you create content that is new and fresh about different new ideas and different new tools, that will bring you a completely new audience, bring freshness to Google, and increase the likeliness that you'll actually grow your website. Some other strong monetization niches are health and wellness. Health and wellness will always do good because people want to be healthier. But again, I would try to make it more relevant, so you can do things like, how to stay mentally productive or happy in an AI age, right? So you want to do things that are a little bit more up to date. Wellness for remote workers, I think that will do really, really well. AI news and technology reviews, I think we kind of talked about this, but you can literally have a whole niche about just reviewing AI tools or AI companies, because there's so many AI tools and companies that are coming out that you can definitely create a whole niche about that. Making money online, again, people always want to make money online. What I would do is I would combine this maybe with the digital marketing strategy, and it would be how to use AI to make money online. travel and accommodation, I still think that this is a good option for a blog, but I would mix written content with video content. I would definitely not just only do written blogs, because anyone can go on ChatGPT and create a blog about a personal story that I had when I was in Bali. But if you actually have a brand around it where someone can see you, they can see your content, and then you turn that and you write it into actual experiences you have, I recommend that approach, and I think that will actually do well. For niches like recipes and food, I would just say go video first, because people really want to see video first when it comes to recipes and even traveling, and then blogs can be a secondary supplement to get traffic. I would stay away from things like pregnancy and positive discipline and special needs parenting, because I feel like people can find that stuff on online or on AI. And if you were to do that, I would definitely recommend a personal brand instead of a blog website. These are some of my favorite niches of 2026, but when it comes to choosing a niche, it's totally up to you. What are your strengths and what are the things that you're knowledgeable at? So we've went ahead and created a blog niche picker, and you can simply go through this wizard. So you will choose what is your level of professional experience, right? How comfortable are you with tech and online tools? Find your interest and passion. So you choose things that you're interested in. You choose your goals, your motivations, your monetization strategies. You choose your timeline, your resources, what you have, and then you can go ahead and see your results. And this will go ahead and give you a match of what you can actually do. So it's going to give you a couple different niches that you can choose from, not just only, one answer. It's going to give you a match of what percentage you actually relate to the most when it comes to finding a niche. So if you wanted to use this, it's a very, very useful tool, and it will give you some insights as to what niche may be the best for you. I'll leave a link for it in the description below today's video. Hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I will leave a link for the blog niche picker and also the list of the 21 best blogging niches for 2026. Hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you in the next one. Take care.